Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is so weird because I've said that before like 50 million times playing around, but now it's like real life and there's a camera and I'm staring into it and I'm really gonna upload this video. Wild. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm about to spill hella tea. I won't be saying anyone's name. There's obviously two sides to every story and this is my side. So yeah, let's get started. At the beginning of the year, I did have a girlfriend. We made a year this February, so we had already been dating for a while before the year started. I would say for the most part our relationship was healthy. She was the first actual long-term relationship I had with a girl ever. It was also her like actual relationship, so she had a lot of trouble acting right, I guess. I don't know. I would literally have to tell her like, you're not supposed to do that when you're in a relationship with somebody. You're not supposed to do this. I was really patient with her. Sadly, our relationship did take a turn when she came out to her parents. I'm the one that asked her to tell her parents only because I would come over all the time. I would spend time with her and her family, and there was like multiple times where her mom would like sit down with me and she would like ask me like, oh, do you have a boyfriend? Like, I really never knew what to say. Like, my face would get so red when she would ask me that stuff. Like, what am I supposed to tell her? Like, I'm dating your daughter? Like, she doesn't even know her daughter's gay. So I asked her like, I'm not gonna come over your house anymore and lie to your parents' face. So like, I think it's time to tell them. She did end up telling them, and it like totally did not go as we wanted it to. They stopped letting us see each other. They took her phone away, so it was really hard to communicate. It was just like a really big mess. It really affected us. She started acting really different with me. We would see each other behind her parents' back, but it was like when we saw each other, it was so stressful. Like, it sucked. Like, it really sucked how badly our relationship went to crap. It wasn't fun anymore at all. But I did end up ending that relationship with her around May of 2018, so nothing really happened. But like I said, our relationship was just completely different. It was like the first time I had been single in 15 months. We did last 15 months. I was really not looking for a relationship at all. I had the mentality leaving that relationship that I would work on myself for the rest of the year. I would be single and have fun with my friends. I didn't leave the relationship to look for something else. My ex did not take it very good. Like, I would get calls from her crying, and I felt so bad because I cared for her so much that like I couldn't believe I hurt her like that. So I felt really guilty for that, but at the same time I knew I had to put myself first. I just thought ending it was the best thing for me to do. I was better off being my own person again, I would say. I wanted to stay friends with her, but it got to the point where it was like really toxic. I mean, she would like text me and tell me that I just threw it all away, I gave up, how could I do that to her? Just like putting me down. So I decided to completely lose contact with her. Like I said, I was focused on working on me. That was it. June came around and I did meet a girl on Twitter. I thought she was the sweetest girl. She was really attractive to me. I was down to get to know people, like casually flirt, but it would never get further than that. But with this girl, like, it was different. It seemed like she wanted something serious. I was really hesitant with her only because it was like so soon after my breakup that I had met her, and she started telling me things that were like really serious, not casually flirting, like comments that made it seem like she wanted to be with me, like in a relationship. And I would text my friend and I would be like, this is too soon, I don't know what to do. She's definitely someone I could see myself with, but it was just too soon. I didn't want a relationship with anybody. the way I saw it was like, okay, fuck, like I have this amazing girl like trying to take things further than me, and the only reason that I have that is holding me back from doing that is because I just got out of a relationship. So I was like, okay, what are you doing? Like, things are not always gonna happen at the pace you want them to. Potential partners are not gonna wait until you're ready for a relationship to come into your life. It doesn't work like that. So I put that aside and I gave it a chance. This girl did live a good distance from me. I think it was like 4 hours, but like that's nothing, you know what I mean? She could have lived in another country. We started talking, actually talking. At this point, I'm like, I'm down to be serious, right? We decided we were gonna meet in person at San Diego Pride. She lives like here, and then I live here, and then San Diego is down here. So she was gonna drive to me and then spend the night, and then the next morning, her and I would drive to San Diego for Pride. So I did end up getting us a hotel room. We were really excited. I think it was like 2 weeks away that we were gonna meet. I had the hotel booked. I bought both of our tickets. She had outfits she was gonna wear. I had outfits I was gonna wear. Like, we were ready to fucking take on Pride together. So something came up and she was able to get like 2 days off in a row, and she told me because she would like work a lot, so it wasn't common for her to get 2 days off in a row, and she wanted me to come see her. So I did. I drove to her. She introduced me to her family. So like, this was like serious, guys. Like, how are you gonna introduce someone to your family if you weren't serious about them, if you didn't see potential with them, you know? So I was like really convinced that this was gonna work. Like, I was so convinced. I thought everything went good. Anyways, I drove back home. Like, the couple days after meeting her, I just felt like her whole attitude changed. Like, I don't know, like she wasn't feeling it anymore. I don't know what it was. So I brought it up and I literally told her, if it just didn't click for you when we met, like when I came over, like it's fine. I don't expect it to work with every person I meet, and you don't have to be hurt about it. Like, I wouldn't have been hurt about it if she just told me like, yeah, I wasn't really feeling it, or yeah, like you're not really my type. I would have been okay with any of that, but she would always deny it.
Like, it's nothing. I feel like you don't want to talk.
So I'd be like, okay, am I acting weird? Like, it was just like so weird. It was such an awkward like couple of days of Pride was coming up. She texted me and she said that her job wasn't giving her the date. I saw it as like an excuse, like, okay, like if she's acting weird and all of a sudden she can't miss work, like, okay, this girl doesn't want to go anymore. Like, I told her, like, it's fine if you don't want to go. She said,
I do want to go. My car's in the shop, so I won't be able to get to your house.
And I was like, well, I can pick you up if you want. 4 hours. I was gonna drive 4 hours to her, 4 hours back to me, and then the next day drive to San Diego. Like, I was down. Like, if she really wanted to go, if we were really serious, like, I was already into her. I thought she was into me. She kept acting weird. So at this point, I'm just like, okay, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna fall back. I'm gonna go to Pride with my friends. I'm gonna have fun. It's fine. Like, I don't need this girl to be with me. I don't need this girl to come. I stopped texting her back because I was tired of it. I felt like I was pushing and pushing to get the same energy back, and it just wasn't working. And I'm not gonna beg somebody to stay with me, like beg someone for an explanation. She didn't owe me anything. So I went to Pride. I was already like kind of sad that I was not going to Pride with this girl, so I was just like, okay, fuck it, we're gonna have a good weekend. I don't care who comes. You guys can stay in my room. Like, I don't care. We're just chilling in the room before we head over to like the actual venue where the event was gonna be. I'm like on Snapchat, whatever, and I saw that the girl posted on her stories.
So I clicked it and it said she was in San Diego.
And I'm like freaking the fuck out because what the fuck? She didn't even tell me she was gonna go to Pride, and now she was in San Diego without telling me. After I got us a room and our tickets, she just showed up. So I'm like freaking out. It's fun, we're gonna have a good weekend. So I'm like, yeah, who cares? She came, whatever. I did see her post pictures in like the clothes that she was supposed to wear with me. So I knew she was at Pride. I knew she went to San Diego to attend Pride, but I didn't know who she went with. So the next day, because Pride was a 2-day event, I'm still thinking about this girl. And then I see her like across the freaking dance floor from me, and like we made eye contact, and she was just like smiling, and I was just like, how can you do this to me? Like, what the fuck? I was in such a bad mood. And to make matters worse, my ex-girlfriend was like a couple feet away from me because we have mutual friends, and they were hanging out with her, and some of my friends were hanging out with me, and it was just, I wanted to go home so bad. It was the worst thing ever. I tell my friends I want to leave, and they're like, okay, yeah. Like, San Diego Pride was not fun enough to want to stay there the whole time. We're on our way back, and then my friend is like, yes. And I'm like, what? And she's like, well, you're gonna see this eventually, so I might as well show you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she shows me her phone, and she's watching that girl's story, and she's kissing another girl. She came to Pride with another girl. First of all, you couldn't tell me you were coming to Pride. Second of all, you couldn't tell me you had a whole ass other girl. Like, when did you guys start talking? Because 4 days ago, we were still talking. She didn't even block me from her Snapchat story so I wouldn't see it. Like, she knew damn well I was gonna see it. So evil. That was over, obviously. I was so hurt. Like, I was just so hurt because I didn't want anything with anybody. And I gave this girl a chance. Like, I really let my guard down for this girl. I saw potential with her, so I went for it. And at the end of the day, I played myself because I was doing amazing before I met her, and then this happened, and now I was a sad, simping loser. Like, I didn't want to go out with my friends. I wanted to stay in. I didn't want to go to school. It was stupid. And the worst part is like I got no explanation. I didn't ask for an explanation. I wasn't gonna go on her phone and be like, really? Fuck you. At the end of the day, she did something that made her happy. So I'm not gonna blame somebody for looking for happiness. Yeah, it could have gone way differently. I could have got an explanation. Seriously, this time, it's time to work on myself. Alone. No girls. Then my ex calls me one night. I answer, and she's hella drunk, and she starts asking me,
would you care if I dated one of your friends?
wow. I hate when people say,
well, when you're gay, you can't expect your ex not to date one of your friends.
like, no, if your friends are dating your ex, they're fucking snakes, period. Like, especially when it was a serious long-term relationship. Your friends are pieces of crap if they're gonna do that to you. I actually stopped talking to a lot of my friends because they would tell me like it's inevitable for that to happen. You can't get mad at it. So I stopped talking to my friends because I'm like, that's so fake for someone that's not going through what you're going through to tell you how to feel. There's so many fucking girls in the world. You don't have to date my ex. I didn't even know what friend this was until after. My life is a fucking joke at this point. Then my ex asked me to go out to eat with her because my birthday passed and she wanted to take me out. So I said yeah. So we went and I asked her like, so what was that phone call about? And she's like,
oh, it doesn't matter. She doesn't want me.
I'm like, well, who the fuck was it? Because obviously it was serious if you wanted to date her and you had to ask me for permission. She's like,
well, it doesn't matter. Stuff already happened.
I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna find out anyways. After I hung out with my ex, I felt so weird because it just brought back so many memories. When she dropped me off, I had the biggest breakdown. I mean, like, I walked in my house and my whole body started shaking and I couldn't stop crying and I didn't know why. One of my close friends, she texted me and she told me my ex hooked up with my friend. It was wrong. And I was so mad when I heard this story. Like, even though I already knew something had happened, when I heard the actual story and how it went down, I don't know exactly what happened, so I don't want to know, but I went off on the both of them. Like, I told my friend, I wasn't even surprised because this girl, okay, I don't want to bash on her, but I told her, like, you're not a friend to me, so if you want to date her, go ahead because you're not my friend. And then I told my ex, like, there's no reason I need to keep in contact with you, so that's it. Like, you can go ahead and date my friend if you want. Like, I'm done. Like, I don't need toxic people in my life like this. I know we were broken up. She didn't do anything wrong, but it's just like the morality of it. You don't go and date your friend's ex that she was with for more than a year. That's weird. Then I met another girl on Twitter. She was really pretty. She lived really close to me. We did meet a couple days after she messaged me on Twitter. I took her to get food and then we walked around at the mall. It was good. I was ready to get my heart broken again. She texted me like after hanging out and she's like,
yeah, so I really like you. I dig you. I'm trying to talk, like serious talk.
And I'm like, I'm down. What's up? Let's fucking do this. Let's make some babies. Then she ghosted me. Like, dead ass would take hours to reply. Why? Why do girls do this? Why do girls say something and then do the complete opposite? After everything I had gone through this year already, I didn't care. It was nothing to me. But she would constantly text me out of nowhere and I'd be like, stop playing games. And she'd be like, I'm not playing games. I'm just going through something right now. And the next thing I knew, she had a girl. I got played once again. Then I'm single again. A girl from San Diego, she actually texted me. She apologized for everything and I'm like, I'm over it already, so it's fine. I'm happy you're happy. She's still with her girl. They're like living their best life. Good for them, but you really did not have to play me like that. Period. There were other girls that I was involved with this year. It was like girls that I thought I was interested in and then turns out I wasn't interested. The craziest thing after that happened, Sophia made a group chat. It was like the badge group chat. She added everyone in the group that hung out. So my ex was in the group chat. The friend that my ex hooked up with was in the group chat. It was kind of weird. I was just gonna try to ignore it. I still fucked with the majority of the people in there. So, at this point, I think my ex was dating somebody, and that was good. I was happy that she found someone. Then we threw that big house party, and at that party, a lot of stuff happened. There was this girl who my best friend really liked. She told my best friend that she wasn't into me like that, or she thought I was attractive or something. Obviously, I was not gonna pursue anything with this person because of my best friend, because my best friend had interest in her. I'm not a friend like that. I really wouldn't do anything like that to jeopardize a friendship that means a lot to me. But at that party, I was on another planet, and my ex was there, the girl my ex hooked up with was there, my best friend was there, the girl that my best friend liked was there, and shit went down. That girl who was into me, we ended up kissing, which was not my fault at all. I don't want to get into detail with that, but my best friend saw, she was upset, she started pushing me around, and I'm like, dude, it's not my fault. I would never do that to like ruin our friendship. Like, my ex saw that happen as well, so she ended up leaving the party. 2 weeks after that party, my ex was like being really sad in the group chat. She ended up leaving it, so I reached out to her. Like I said, this girl was my first love. I'm always gonna care for her, so I wanted to make sure she was good. I texted her separately and I asked her if she was okay. She told me no. She was having a lot of trouble in her new relationship because she couldn't get over me. So I tried to be there for her. I told her it wasn't right to be with someone if you're not completely over your ex. I guess she ended up ending things with the girl she was seeing, and I invited her over to my house because she wanted to talk. She came over my house and we talked, and I ended up kissing her, which it wasn't right for me to do. I knew that like her feelings were a lot different than mine were. I don't know why I kissed her. It just, like, I felt like I needed to. I ended up like crying my eyes out that night after we talked. She was just telling me if I wanted to try again. I said, I really don't want anything right now. I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm not ready to be in a relationship. Yes, I love this girl, I care for this girl, I want her to be happy. It hurt me seeing her hurt, but at the same time, I wasn't ready to try again with her. I wasn't ready to try with anybody. She told me,
okay, if you don't want to try again, then I need to cut you completely out of my life because I need to get over you.
so it was like a big choice that I had to make. Should I try again with her knowing I'm not ready and it could potentially go really bad or go really well? Or should I just not go for it and lose her completely? So we did decide to try again. We started talking in October. It actually was going really well. Like, I was surprised, and we were definitely on different levels because I was over her. It was starting over for me feelings wise, and for her, she was never really over it, so her feelings were already there. We were talking and dating for about 3 months, and we just decided to stay friends because I wasn't ready, and that's what it is. It just came down to, we kind of forced into a relationship again when I wasn't ready. We are planning to work on ourselves and stay in each other's lives. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. You know, like, my expectations are just too high, I guess, to be in a relationship. I know what I'm looking for. I know how I want to be treated. Until I see that from someone, I'm just gonna lay low and work on myself, because whoever I date next, I want them to have the best version of me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you want to leave a comment on how your love life went this year. I will be reading all of them. Also, if you guys want to give me video suggestions, I will take them because I really don't know what kind of videos I'm gonna be posting on my channel. So yeah, bye.